Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'll be breaking down the best generic builds you can use for all 5 roles. Now starting off with carry, there are 2 builds you can go. One is the tank shredding build, the yellow numbers build. And for your starter, you should go Hunter's Cowl, then you should build into Devourer's Gauntlets, then Tearfing, then Odysseus Bow, go Titan's Bane right here. And depending on how much health the enemy tanks have, you should either go into Blade in this slot and then Executioner. If they don't have that much health, then you can go Executioner in this slot and then whatever last item that you want. As for the crit build, just like the last build, you want to go Devourer's Gauntlet first, then you want to build into Rage, then then Demon Blade, then Deathbringer, then you want to go into Titan's Bane. And the reason why I say Titan's Bane and not Executioner is because if you go this item for a crit build, then you have to hit somebody 4 times to apply 28% penetration to them, which was really bad. Whereas if you have Titan's Bane, you gain the 35% pen immediately. So with a crit build, you should always run Titan's Bane, always. As for your last build, well, for your last item, you can either Galunian Bow or Executioner. Now, some of you may be wondering, but what about Death Soul? I'll just build this item. If you want to build Death Soul, it is slightly worse than going Leather Cowl. But if you do want to build it, then you can go with this build. Sunbeam Bow, Tearfing, Odysseus Bow, then Titan's Bane, then Kane's Executioner. So it's pretty much the exact same as the other build. But the reason why that I didn't go Sunbeam Bow for the other build is precisely for this reason. Because if you want Sunbeam Bow without Death's Embrace, then you will run out of mana really fast. Yeah! But just that combo, I'm already half mana and it feels really bad. And that's pretty much it for the carry builds. Here are some examples of these builds versus enemy gods. The crit build is way better for killing squishy characters, whereas the tank shredding builds, well, more specifically the Sunbeam Bow build, are able to kill these tanky Ymir bots quite fast. Now moving on to the mage builds, you always want to run 1 Sense of Time for your starter and not Conjure Gem. Now Conjure Gem may sound really good in theory, but this only helps you out for your first few minion waves. Then the starter will fall off really hard into the late game, as most mages want to spam their abilities. So Sense of Time is always the best starter to go. Now for your general build, you want to run Corner Spinner first, you want to run Sphere of Deso. Then for your third and fourth items, you always want to run both Water Tahuti and Obsidian Shard. And the reason why that you want to go these 2 items here is because not only will this give you a lot of power, but without these 2 items, you are not much of a character. Since mages are pretty weak at the moment, if you do not run these 2 items, then whatever build that you have will not feel that great. Just get these 2 items and you build whenever you can. Now for your last 2 items, you can go Divine Ruin and then do Morb. So this is one of the 2 builds you can go as a mage. Now moving on to a lifesteal build, you do not want to run Vampiric Shroud. While this will help you out with healing, you should always go Sense of Time because this cooldown rate and power will help you out way more. Now for the build itself, you want to go Chronos Pendant for the cooldown, then you want to run Bloodbound Book, then Tavern's Fang, then you want to go both Water Tahuti and Obsidian Shard. And for your last item, it can be whatever you want, like Divine Ruin, Spear of Deso, Doom Orb. But this is a typical lifesteal build that you can go. This power build is one of the best for late game damage. And looking at the lifesteal build, the damage itself is very good and similar to the first build. But with Bloodbound Book, you can heal from 0 to 100 super fast. And the passive from Bloodbound also increases your power by a lot. Now for support, there are 2 starters that you can go. One is being Selflessness and the other being War Flag. Now me personally, I love to go into War Flag first. And that's mainly because you get your teammates so much movement speed and attack speed for the late game. But if you want to go Selflessness, then you can. Now for the generic build, you want to go Thieves, then go to Spirit Robe. Then for your third item, you should go Talisman of Purification. And for your fourth item, you can either go Spectral Armor or Hide of the Nemean Lion. Whichever one that you think will work best for you. But let's say that they have like 2 or 3 hunters, then you can potentially build both items here as well. But just to be more consistent, just go Spectral Armor, because that 25% attack speed debuff will help a lot. And for your last 2 items, you can move to Ankh and and various tiers. With this build, you'll have a lot of health, a lot of protections, CC cleanse, anti-crit, anti-heal, and a lot of cooldown rate. So this is a generic support build that you can go. Looking at the support build, something I noticed was that with Spectral Armor, it is actually slowing down the Titan's attack speed. Now, after further testing, I sadly learned that the Spectral passive, it only debuffs the Titan in all the towers. Even so, this build still makes you very tanky, as I'm able to tank all these Titan hits, and you'll still be able to keep your team alive with Talisman of Purification. Now, moving on to jungle, there are two jungle starters that you can go. If you benefit more from attack speed, then you should go Spear. But most junglers right now that are really good will benefit a ton from Boom's Hammer. Now, for the build itself, most junglers can use Hydra's Limit really well. Then for your second item, you can run Crusher. Now, for your third and fourth items, you can run both Heartseeker and Titan's Bane in these two slots. And for your fifth slot, you can go Swim Spear. Now, for your last item, you can run either Pendulum Blade or Bloodforge, as you cannot go wrong with either one of these two items. But typically, I usually run Bloodforge as it helps me survive a lot into the late game. So that's it for jungle. So looking at this build for Hun Bats, it does a lot of damage, and since Bloodforge scales off strength, it is giving me a 785 health shield, which is massive. Now moving on to the solo lane, there's so many different builds that you can go as a solo laner, but typically you want to get Bluestone, then Mystical Mail, then Prophetic Cloak. Right here it is. And the reason why that you can build Prophetic Cloak with Mystical is because this should be able to proc Prophetic Cloak quite well. For your third slot, you can build either Genji's Guard or Oni Hunter's Garb. Now these two items are both really good. Now for your fourth slot, you can build Shield of the Phoenix, which will heal you quite a bit. Then for your fifth item, you should go Spirit Robe, because this item is just really good in both support and in the solo lane, because when hit by a hard CC effect, 40 physical and 40 magical protections, as well as a 6% max heal, is just really good to not have. Then for your last item, you can build various tiers for more protections and for the cooldown rates. With this build, I'm able to tank a lot of tower shots and do quite a lot of damage. And do notice that I'm hitting 300 of each protection, which is absolutely insane in Smite 2 right now. So that'll be it for all of the generic builds for this patch. Now, this video was actually pretty hard for me to make, so I'm not sure how often I can actually make videos like these due to my speech impediment. I do plan on making a lot more videos for both Conquest and for Duel. And I will be streaming sometimes as well, so be sure to catch me for those streams. And if you guys enjoyed watching, be sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.